Guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and join me on this trip as we are off to Middlesbrough tonight to watch Preston North End. It has been a while since I did the last one of these. I've just not been able to get to the last few away matches that North End been on. We had that epic away win at Bournemouth, which came out of absolutely nowhere. There was no chance I was making that on a Tuesday night. And then that was followed up by a pretty tragic 3-0 loss to Nottingham Forest at the City Ground, which thankfully I also wasn't able to get to. But back tonight for this one against Middlesbrough. And I've got no idea what to expect, really. The general feeling around Preston at the moment is very low, very subdued after how the last few matches have gone. I think that fans' patience has really run out with Frankie McAvoy and some of the other decisions that have been made at the club recently. Everyone's just feeling a little bit down and a little bit glum, and I'm sort of feeling like that as well. Normally I'm quite excited to go on these away days, but today I'm sort of doing it more out of habit than anything else, to be honest with you. If you go back and watch my first match day vlog of the season that we did, all the way back against Reading, which feels like absolutely ages ago now, a lot of what I was saying in that video still rings true today, to be honest with you. You know, I was saying how worried I was for the upcoming season and things like that, and how a lot of alarm bells should have been going off around the club at that point, but it still feels like we're in a very similar situation. We've been a really strange team so far this season, because on the whole performances haven't been great, but we do tend to have moments every now and again. You know, Riis will, you know, score a goal out of nothing, or Daniel Iverson will have an absolute masterclass of a game. So it's a tough game to predict tonight. Middlesbrough obviously recently appointed Chris Wilder. He had his first game in charge there at the weekend. By all accounts, was a very good performance, particularly in that first half. They just seemed to run out of steam a little bit heading into the second half. But yeah, I'm expecting a really tough game in this one. I'm expecting the Borough crowd to be really up for this one. You know, they'll no doubt be getting right behind Chris Wilder, because they have an idea and a sort of philosophy to get behind, and that Preston at the moment, it sort of feels like we're missing that. I wouldn't put anything past Preston at the moment though, because like I say, we've been a really weird team so far this season. I have been to Middlesbrough once before, a couple of years ago. Josh Harrop scored in a 1-1 draw, so second time going. Let's see what this is all about. I predicted a 2-1 loss, but anything could happen tonight.
For this evening's game is Middlesbrough against Preston North End.
We all follow the old faith.
Middlesbrough's first goal of the evening on 32 minutes, scored by number 17, Paddy McNair.
Half-time here, 1-0 down, and it's felt like a continuation from last time, to be honest with you. I've just seen the goal back, and it's another set piece that we've conceded. Similar story to what we were like at Cardiff. There's nothing off the ball, there's no press, no intensity to getting back, and on it feels like if it's not Whiteman picking out Riis for a long ball, and Riis conjuring up a moment of magic by himself, I'm not sure how we get back into this. We need to see something in the second half, but it's been so poor again.
from Middlesbrough. How on earth we ended up winning that game, I have absolutely no idea. That was one of the most bizarre football matches that I think I've ever gone to. But that last, that late minute winner made the trip to Middlesbrough on a Tuesday night all the more worth it. It was a strange game really, and like I was saying at the start of the video, we are a strange team this season because we will have moments like we did in this game, albeit we were handed a huge stroke of luck, particularly for that second goal where Sol Bamba has, drops an absolute clanger for that one. Emile Riis, to be fair, still has quite a bit to do, but he's brilliant off both feet though, shifts the ball with his right foot onto the left and then a brilliant finish to make it 2-1 to North End. Emile Riis is going places, but it does feel like that's a massive sort of papering over the cracks, For about 70 minutes of that game, we were absolutely awful. It felt like we were training cones at times for Middlesbrough to just be, passing their way around us. I don't quite know what happened to Middlesbrough there. Maybe it was a sense of complacency which kicked on in the second half, because I thought that first off they were by far the team on top, and even coming out into the second half I thought that they were still on top. They had that chance that went off the bar, a couple of set pieces that they were causing us some issues from. But obviously Evans coming on had the impact. He got that first initial goal, and then it was Sol Bamba who had that absolute clanger to allow us back into the game. Great atmosphere in the end, it always is when it's sort of like a Tuesday night like that and you end up winning. It was similar for Sheffield United, when we got the last minute equaliser in that one. Bournemouth away looked like brilliant limbs in the away end when we won that one. There seems to be something about North End this season with away matches on a Tuesday night, doesn't there? But all things taken into consideration, my thought process hasn't really been altered by that game. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy we've got the 3 points in the end, but in terms of performance levels, in terms of wanting to see a progression of anything really from that Cardiff game, we didn't really get all too much of that in this one. I think we were handed a huge stroke of luck. I'm not seeing that system being implemented. We were walking around like zombies for about 70 minutes of that game. I think that generally, reading social media after the game and things like that, people's opinions of Frankie are pretty set in stone now, and the result like that, as good as it is in midweek, isn't really going to do much to change that. But yeah, this is the life of a North End fan. We are just a strange old side. At the weekend, coming up next, we've got Fulham as the early kick-off on Saturday. That's going to be a really tough game, but who knows by Preston standards. Mitrovic, I mean, he's been on fire so far this season, but he particularly likes a goal against Preston. But yeah, if any of you guys were at the game, let me know down below what you made of it, particularly if you are, a Preston or a Middlesbrough fan. Borough fans, would be very interested to know what do you think went wrong for you guys in that second half, because first off I thought you looked like by far and away the better team, and I can see what Wilder is building towards. It's just that maybe there'll be a couple of early stumbles in that process. Apart from that though guys, that will now wrap it up for today's video. If you did go on to enjoy, make sure to leave a like and do stay tuned for some regular Championship and Preston content. Apart from that though guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.